and girls, one last time, session number 10 of HIIT SEO. How you guys doing? I hope you guys had a fantastic assignment number 9 and you guys got to do something that you've never done before. And hopefully you got yourself out of the comfort zone. And in today's session, we're going to be learning a lot of different things. Although the slide deck looks small, it definitely is not going to be a short session. It's going to be a power-packed session. It's going to teach you a bunch of different things, very exciting things, especially to people who are looking to become freelancers eventually. So I hope you guys had a great time in HIIT SEO. I hope you guys learned a lot of different things. And, hopefully now, how many people are now confident SEO professionals? Let me know in the chat box if you can confidently call yourself an SEO professional to everyone out there. Great. Panaswamy says he is. Mallikarjun, Anmol, Rashi says it's been the best course I've ever enrolled. Fantastic. Pawan, I'm an SEO expert now. Okay. I'm not too sure about that, but okay. Still, I feel more practice required. That's a very good mindset to have, Virendra. Pretty confident. Learning never ends, though. Absolutely. Justin says, I got an SEO job by your method of keyword research, which is absolutely fantastic. Would love to talk to you more about it, Justin. Fantastic. Devanjali, best course needs more practice, lifelong learning, absolutely feeling empowered, awesome experience. I'm already executing SEO and wouldn't have been possible without HIIT. How many people here have gotten results? I saw that, some of you have already gotten clients as well, which is absolutely amazing. Makes me very, very happy. How many people have either gotten yourself a job, gotten yourself a client, or whatever it is? Avinash, it was you who got yourself 2 clients. Fantastic. Great. Would you like to tell? It's completely up to you if you want to tell people what your retainer is. And Abbas says, I'm applying for jobs and getting responses. Beautiful. Fantastic. Amazing. Rashi says, I got my job because there were questions related to SEO in the interview process. Beautiful. Ram Lokesh says, my one client call for organic SEO. Beautiful. Justin says, my impressions have crossed 290. Great. Fantastic. Getting impressions, says Devanjali. How many people here would like to get clients? Comment says, got client, but stuck where to start. Okay, great. So today's session, we're going to be actually learning about all of these things. We're going to be learning about how to perform an SEO audit, how to actually craft an SEO proposal, which will talk to your clients and convince them automatically, right? So the approach that I take is completely different than whatever you might have seen out there. And I personally have come up with this proposal or way of proposing to clients and have had great success with it. And I'm pretty sure that you too will have great success with it if you actually follow the same methodology. Now, the reason why I'm so confident about it is because by the end of this session, you'll know that you will learn how to talk the language of business owners and not necessarily the language of SEO. And that is the foundation of this entire session. So what we'll be learning in today's session is going to be about SEO site audit and SEO strategy, how to craft an SEO strategy. From that strategy, how do you craft a proposal and how do you go out there and pitch to your clients? That's exactly what you guys will be learning. Just type in excited in the chat box if this is what you have been waiting for. Let's go. Also, just before I forget, I'm actually hosting a webinar tomorrow. How many people got the email in their inbox and not their spam or promotions? Okay, everybody got it in their inbox. Just type in if you got it in your inbox. Okay, great, fantastic. So most of you guys got it in their inbox. Just check it out again. You might have gotten it. You might have not seen it yet for people who might have not received it. Or if not, just please check your promotions or spam and just like move it to the inbox because you wouldn't want to miss out any other future emails from me, would you? So we'll be talking about how to actually become an SEO freelancer, a bunch of different things. I'll be doing it tomorrow. So it's going to be like extremely helpful for you guys. And probably the week after, I'll probably do another webinar, and let me know in the chat box if you guys would be interested in that also, as to how to like start off in your SEO career and how to actually design a career as well, right? If you don't want to go the freelancing route, if you want to go the career route, which is also definitely very feasible, we'll definitely be doing that, right? So beautiful, fantastic. So how about we get started with SEO site audit? We'll be doing both. Tomorrow will be SEO freelancer. The week after will be like SEO career and stuff like that. So that's what I meant, right? So I'll be sending an email out for all of you guys, obviously. So then we'll like take it from there. Great. Now, what are you trying to achieve by doing a site audit, right? So please let me know in the chat box, what do you think without actually reading it? Let me just like 10 to 3. Without actually reading it, what do you mean or what do you understand when you read the words site audit or audit? You know, let me know in the chat box what according to you is SEO site audit or just audit. Site inspection, yeah, fair enough. Good stuff. Where the website lacks, beautiful. Checkup, inspection, okay. What else? Errors or shortcomings. Find out what the competitors are doing, okay. Reviewing the site, analysis, checking backlinks, broken links. Is the site optimized properly in terms of SEO to check the performance of site? Yes, all of the answers mentioned in the chat box is absolutely correct. Opportunity for growth, problems and bug checking, finding errors and opportunities to optimize the site for SEO. Most importantly, what you're doing while doing an SEO site audit is you will be actually understanding the baseline of your SEO project, right? So that is where you will be starting off from. Now, the reason why you want to like identify your baseline is basically to benchmark your performance after it, right? So you want to like first say that, hey, you know what? This is where we are starting off from. And, you know, hopefully we will be like reaching here. This is your current state and this is your desired state. So that is what you're trying to do. You are first identifying what the current state of the website is. And like a lot of people mentioned, you know, where are you starting off at and what are the things that needs to be improved or fixed? And now based on these insights, you come up with a strategy which details the task to achieve results. So to first, before you get into the SEO strategy part, it's very important to understand where are you at right now. That is exactly why you will be doing an SEO site audit. Now, just give me a minute. I'll open up the sheet. Are you guys able to see my browser? Let me know in the chat box, the right browser. Okay, great, fantastic. So don't worry about it. I'll be sharing this sheet with you as well. Very, very extensive sheet this is going to be. And you know, what we are going to be doing is, as you can see, first we'll be looking at the titles, the meta descriptions, the header tags, the images, the URL, all the miscellaneous stuff, and then like the backlinks and everything involved about a particular website, right? So now, how do you actually get all of this information from? So we'll not be using Ahrefs because Ahrefs is a paid tool, but you definitely can do it with Ahrefs as well. But since Ahrefs is a paid tool, how do you think you're going to get all of this information from, as to like, does the website have missing titles, duplicate titles, too lengthy, too short? Same thing with meta description, same thing with header tags. Mutturaj got it right, so did Harshita. Images, URLs, and miscellaneous, right? So what we'll be using is we'll be using this very amazing tool called as the Screaming Frog SEO Spider. Now, what this very, very nice tool does is it basically behaves like a crawler from your desktop, right? So it goes ahead and crawls your entire website, any website for that matter, right? It can be your website, it can be your competitor's website, it can be your client's website. So it doesn't matter whose website it is, it can go ahead and like crawl any website out there. So if you want to do a site audit for your own website, you can very well do that with this particular tool. If you want to see how your competitors are doing and what they are doing, so you can definitely do that as well. Or if you're like going and approaching or pitching your clients, you can definitely, you know, put in the website of your client into this tool, and basically you'll be getting all of this information from this particular tool. It's a free tool. It's a freemium tool. So they have a free version which will allow you to actually crawl and analyze up to 500 URLs. I am guessing for most cases that should be more than enough, right? If in case you have to go out there and purchase it, you can, but you don't need to. For most cases, you would not need to. If most of the client's website would be like very small websites, so it's more than enough for you to go out there and do it, right? So now I'm going to show you how this tool looks like. It might be a little overwhelming and intimidating, but don't worry about it at all. I'll actually show you guys how to use it step by step by step. Now, what I want you guys to do is give me any website. Doesn't matter your competitors, your client, a medium-sized website, not too big, not too small, not your website for sure, not my website. So just give me one website, Nike.com. No, it's too big. Dailybeast.in. Okay, let's see what's up with dailybeast.in. First, let me see what this website is about. Is that yours, Neha? Oh, I don't think it's gonna do. Client, they don't have HTTPS, unfortunately. I'm not sure if it will be able to like crawl properly. My igloo. Okay, let's see bellavitaorganic.com. Looks like a nice website. It's an e-commerce website, I'm guessing. Okay, I'm in there. So let's see. Let's see. First, we'll look at bellavita.com or bellavitaorganic.com. So what you're going to do is basically slap in your URL here. As you can see, there is a search bar on top here. So you just put in your URL here and then you click on start. So what then happens is basically the crawl has started. It goes ahead and crawls your entire website. Doesn't matter whose website it is. You don't even have to own your own website. As you can see, it is like populating all of these things. So, and then you will be able to actually see all the pages. More than enough. So you will be able to actually see all the pages on this particular website. And then we'll start seeing like what are the things that needs to be done. And we start our analysis from there. But first, let's wait for the crawl to get over. As you can see here, are you guys able to see the crawl? How much it's done actually here, right hand corner, right top corner. It's actually like going through the entire website. And while we are talking, it's going ahead and populating all of these particular all the URLs from that particular website itself, right? Unfortunately, I can't zoom in to this particular tool. So Harshita, you might want to like zoom in if you're on your phone, just like zoom in like that, or you can do that later in the recording. So don't worry about it. It's nothing much to see here. It's just a bunch of URLs and stuff. But let me see if I can actually. Oh, no, I don't see any option to like zoom in, unfortunately. Anyway, this is how it looks like. So as I showed you, what we are looking for is first we crawl the entire website, and then step by step by step, we are actually going to go ahead and look for, titles that have a problem and like meta descriptions that have a problem and all of those kind of things, right? So now, as you can see, we have about 285 URLs from this particular website, right? So as you can see, these are all the URLs from that particular website. Looks great, but some of them have obviously like the URLs are like too big and like this. As I think if I get it right, Amrinder, please let me know. The site architecture can definitely be fixed because I feel that it's too deep and all of those kind of things. So anyway, that is something that you can look into later on. But as you can see, this is how it is right now. So status 200 means status code 200 means it's okay. Everything looks okay on this website or on this particular URL. You'll be able to see the indexability. And if you like scroll like this, you'll actually be able to see the title tag for each of the pages and what the length of it is, the pixel width, and the meta description of each of this page, meta description length, and bunch of other things like what is the H1 tag that is used, what is the H2 tag that is used, if there are any robots, canonical links, and bunch of other things. What is the size? What is the word count in terms of text? What is the text ratio? What is the int links? What are the unique links? All of these kind of things, right? So how amazing is this? Just let me know in the chat box if you think that this is super cool. So now what we'll do is we'll go step by step by step. So if you want to see, if you want to know about a particular URL, all you need to do is click on it and you'll be able to see all the different things about this particular URL here, right? So you'll be able to see everything related to this particular URL here, or you can see it right here also, however you want to see it, right? So these are basically different views. So what I'm going to do, as you can see here, to your right hand side, you'll be able to, like, it's been segregated into like different kind of segments, right? So the first thing that I'll be looking for is the titles. So the first thing, so as you can see, are you guys able to see the titles here, right? So as soon as I clicked here, it is actually taking me to page titles. It has a separate tab on top also. You can navigate to this particular page from here or from here, doesn't matter. It takes you to the same place. So what we're trying to do is, first of all, okay, how many pages are there? 281. Great. So there are no missing titles on any of these pages, which is absolutely great. No duplicate, which is absolutely great. Over 60 characters. There are 105 pages which have more than 60 characters. As you can see here, more than 60 characters, and you'll be able to see here, like, 82, 62, 71, 83, and like bunch of different things. You can also, like, if you want to segregate it like this, like starting from, you can descending order, right? So as you can see here, these are all the title for this particular thing. So the title pixel width is also a lot more, below 30 characters, which means that it's not enough. Again, as you can see here, these pages do not have the right kind of titles as well, right? Over 561 pixels, below 200 pixels, same as H1 and all of those things. So now what you're trying to do is, say, for example, over 60 characters, right? So all you need to do is copy all of these URLs and like go back to the sheet that we have created here and basically paste it here, right? So this is how we do it. Are you guys able to see it? Yeah, right? So you basically, you're like creating a repository of all the URLs that have issues. And then what you're trying to do, like I said, you're trying to create that baseline saying that, hey, you know what, these are all the things that needs to be fixed, and we'll start from here. The same thing you'll do with meta descriptions as well, right? So you have, again, 281 pages which have meta description, which are total pages basically, out of which there are about 9 pages which do not have any kind of meta descriptions as well, right? So again, you start off from here, and then you have over 155 characters. There are 116 pages, and as you can see, the home page meta description itself is 1,664 words. So below 70 characters is 1, over 1,000 pixels is again 112. So let's just go with over 155 characters. Again, what you do is just like copy all of these things, go back to your browser and say that, hey, you know what, these are all too lengthy. We need to like start fixing all of these things. And of course, this is basically from a very objective point of view. You also might want to check out like, hey, are they optimizing or using the right kind of keywords for all of these pages also in the first place, right? That is also very, very important, but we'll get to that a little later. Then what do we have? We have header tags. So if you can scroll down, you'll be able to see all the pages. Again, header tags, H1. So there are about 26 pages which do not have any kind of header tags on that particular page. So this is something that we need to obviously fix, and anything that is missing, that takes priority in terms of, hey, how can we fix this? How can we actually use all of these things? Because if you guys remember it properly, the most important thing first is keyword research, figuring out the right kind of keywords. That comes first. After that, you are going to use all of those keywords for on-page SEO optimization, right? You're going to use it for titles, you're going to use it for descriptions, you're going to use it for H1 tags, you're going to use it for alt tags, bunch of different things, right? So if it doesn't have at all, so these are very like low-hanging fruits in terms of the opportunities that you have for your client's website that you can quickly go and like fix it and come back, right? So over 70 characters is 32. So missing, let's say that, okay, these are all the things that are missing pages. I'm going to copy it, paste it in the sheet itself again. So again, images over 100 KB, there are 57 images which are more than 100 KB, which is not too bad because these are just slightly over 100 KB, which is okay. Like, don't try to like over optimize it also. But like I said, the idea here is to find opportunities on this particular website regarding all of these things, like missing alt text, missing alt attribute, all of these kind of things we need to like go out there and like fix it, right? So what is the other thing that we need? Header tags are done, images are done, URLs, right? URLs are also something that we need to figure out. Where did URLs go? There you go, right? So URLs, all of them seem to be like okay. So there are about 285 URLs. There are no underscores, upper cases, multiple slashes, repetitive path, nothing like that. So all of them, only 82 of them have more than 155 characters. I think this is a big problem on this particular website. I can just look at it and like say it, right? Look at how long these URLs are. That's really long. Would you guys agree with that? Let me know in the chat box that those are like really, really long URLs, which are not just non-user friendly, but it also doesn't help your search engines as well. Now, obviously, and confusing as well. And obviously now you want to like go back and say that, hey, how can we actually fix this? How can we make sure it's like a sentence? Absolutely. How can we make sure it's just enough? The length is not too long, plus it has all the keywords and all of those kind of things, right? So say, for example, this one, right? Nico Lips, Lip Scrub, Nico Balm, Lip Balm combo for dry chapped tricks, lips 20 grams, 8 grams, and all of those things. So it looks like a huge mess, all of these kind of URLs. So it obviously needs to be fixed. And even then, I think, so look at how deep the collections are also like. So you have collections, then the sandalwood. I mean, look at how many parts or segregations it has. Everybody remembers the site architecture session, right? So what did we talk about? It needs to, every page needs to have just like 3 clicks away, right? And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like too deep. So the site architecture is also like a little all over the place for this particular thing. Amrinder, I hope you are obviously like taking notes, because if this is your client, you have a lot of opportunity to go out there and like fix all of these things, right? So site architecture is also something that we need to fix. Now we found out this because of all the URLs that we just saw. Obviously, there are some of them who are like, some of the URLs are obviously too long. That is number one. Can we actually fix the site architecture as well, make it more simple, make it more easily accessible both for the users as well as for the search engine, right? So once that is done, we also need to look at response times, word count, and the crawl depth as well. Now, where do we find all of these things? Just click on internal again. So this is the first page. It has all the information internal. As you guys, are you guys able to see it to the left? It will take a lot of time fixing this website for sure. I hope you guys are like going to, Amrita, don't forget to charge them real good, okay? I'll tell you how you can charge them real good by the end of this session, right? So if you scroll, first of all, you'll be able to see something called as scroll depth. And this basically signifies what we just spoke about. How long, how many clicks does it take from the homepage to actually come to this? Most of it looks okay, but again, site architecture wise, I don't think it's like actually good enough. And then you have word count and all of those things. Word count also looks pretty okay, not too bad. Size also looks pretty okay for all of these pages, which is not bad at all. And then where is the response time? I saw it somewhere here just now, but I'm not able to see it again. Okay, you'll also be able to see response time here. I'm not able to find it for some reason. Yeah, I think this is a much better way to do it. Right, response time in seconds. Most of them are like 95% of them are like under 1 second, which looks pretty good. So it looks pretty good. So you can definitely like go ahead and like nothing much needs to be done in terms of the response times and all of those things. But even then, it would definitely help you to go out there and check some of these URLs on either Google PageSpeed Insights or GT Metrics or whatever it is, just to make sure that your response times are like actually accurate. And this not necessarily is representing what users are going through also, right? So that is also very, very important. Now, this basically tells you all of this information that we just like amassed basically tells you about how the site actually is, right? So in terms of like the structure, titles, meta description, header tags, images, URLs, and all of those things, in terms of the structure, in terms of opportunities, in terms of things that needs to be fixed, it tells you all of these things. But that's not everything that we need, right? We also need something that is happening off-site. Now, what do you guys think that we should be doing to go out there and actually figure out the backlinks? Do you guys want to take a guess which tool we'll be using? Yes, that's right. We will definitely be using Ahrefs backlink checker. Oh, I stopped sharing my screen, sorry. Right? So what we'll do now is we'll basically be first checking the backlinks to this particular website as well. So let's see what kind of backlinks these guys have managed to achieve. Whoa, not bad at all. So these guys have like pretty good backlinks pointing to that particular website, but okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I think these guys have done a pretty good job in terms of the backlinking part. So not bad at all. If you find that, hey, you know what, I can do better than this, you can always like go out there and do it. So you can put in your referring domains, how many of them are do follow, how many of them are no follow, what is the anchor text for it. So again, let me just do this whole thing again so that we can actually see all of this information. So the referring domains is obviously 888. So I have a feeling some of them might be spammy, considering that from 888 domains, these guys have about 22,000 backlinks. So it might be something might be like spammy over here. Just take a look at it again, right? What are the anchor text that is being used? Okay, pretty good. But as you can see, most of it is keyword rich anchor text. Do you think, let me know in the chat box, this is a good idea or a bad idea? Nothing good or bad in the chat box. Okay, for people who are saying good, just also type in why do you think it's good? Anybody? Nobody? Helps in keyword optimization. Now, obviously, this is not showing the entire picture because as you can see here, there are 608 anchors out there, right? So what you guys need to be looking at also is your anchor text diversity. If all of their anchor text are like keyword rich anchors, then they might be up for some kind of penalization eventually, right? So that is definitely a risk for the brand, definitely a risk for the website. So you might not want to do it. So how do you like overcome this? You might, so that might be an opportunity, because now the reason I'm saying this is, so since they already have a good number of backlinks, you might go back to them and say that, hey, you know what? I know that you have amazing backlinks, which is absolutely great, but there might be a slight problem. What I feel is because most of your anchor text is like very keyword rich heavy. So ideally speaking, it should be like 50% of should be like branded keyword, branded anchor text. Some of them should be like naked URLs. Some of them should be generic. So that should have actually popped up here more than all of this keyword rich anchor text, which means that it might not actually be a good idea, which also might mean that some other SEO guy has worked on this, might have actually created this backlinks by, you know, either like private blog networks or whatever it is, or they might have like just bought a bunch of backlinks and said that, hey, you know what, go take it. So because of this, it might have worked a little bit for some time, but it might also mean that they might be up for some kind of like penalty eventually. So that you might not want to do that, which is why you have to make sure these are all the things that you should be looking for. These are all the opportunities that you should be looking for. Again, I'm just basing my assessment on, you know, whatever I'm seeing here. It necessarily does not mean keyword rich anchor text. So natural skincare, Ayurvedic products, and all of these kind of things is obviously they're trying to optimize for a particular keyword. So go back to the session where we spoke about anchor text, Rashi. We have spoken about this again. So most of your anchor text, you need to have that anchor text diversity, and most of your anchor text should be, you know, either your branded keywords and all of those kind of things. Again, if I might be wrong with my assessment here because I'm not able to see the entire picture here because it's the free version. But again, if you have that opportunity, go out there and do it, right? So once you get that, you fill up all of this information, and you know, now do you think that you will have a much better idea in terms of what are all the things, that you might need to do for this particular client, and what are all the opportunities that are available for your client once this entire exercise has been done? Let me know in the chat box. I'll repeat the question if that question was too long. Do you think this is a good idea to do it first? Right? Right? So this is exactly, it might take some time for you to do it, obviously, but it's a very good idea for you guys to do it, right? You have to make sure that you identify all the opportunities out there, and then you start off from there. You're just saying that, hey, these are all the things that needs to be fixed, right? So if these are all the things that needs to be fixed, this is how much it's going to cost you, right? So that is one of the things that you'll be talking about, but we'll get to that later on. Okay. Now, once you have done this, what do you think is the next thing that you should be doing? We'll go back to the whole starting. Imagine that you are doing, if I tell you that, hey, you know what, bellavitaorganic.com, I want you to like start off SEO from the beginning. What are you going to do? Yes, keyword research, absolutely correct, right? You're obviously going to start off with keyword research. Now, considering that Bella Vita here has obviously done some level of keyword research, some level of SEO, you don't have to like go all the way back, but you might say that, hey, you know what, I still see some kind of opportunity here. So what kind of keywords will you be looking for, even though it's an e-commerce website? Amrinder, if you want to, you can like go ahead and like respond. Others can also respond. Informational, long tail, absolutely correct. Because what most of these people might be doing is that they will be going after like, commercial keywords, which was very obvious from your anchor text ratio itself, right? They're obviously going after like saying that, hey, you know what, let's just like target these commercial keywords. Let's just try to rank for all of these kind of things. Arpita is absolutely right. Long tail, educational and informational keywords. Now, what will happen when you aim for long tail, educational and informational keywords? You create content around that, put it on a blog on that particular website. I saw in some of the URLs that they also already have a blog. So you're going to populate their blog with content, which is going to help you rank for this particular website, and you improve your relevancy, you improve authority, you improve credibility, and you start attracting nicer, better, more naturally looking links to your website. And after that, you pass on that link juice to all the commercial pages. Everybody remembers that off-page session number 2, part 2. You go after informational keywords, you rank for those keywords, attract all of these links, pass on that links to all the commercial pages. Now, you need to be doing this, obviously, once all of these things are fixed, right? I'm assuming that you're going to fix all of these things first, or parallelly also. That is also absolutely okay, because you might have a lot of work on your hands, Amrinder, by the way, right? So this might take, obviously, like a lot of time. But having said that, now, while you're doing that, you obviously need to go after your keywords. That is the next step. So that is exactly what we'll be doing. And since you've already done it, you'll be like doing it like this. Okay, great. If you don't have, if you're not working for them, if you're looking to like, convert them as a, how do you know this website, Amrinder? Is this your client or a friend's website or something randomly? You just like, okay. Anyway, you can like answer. Got a call for interview. Okay, great. If you get through the interview, what are you buying me? Because I'm doing most of your work here. First month salary. How about that? Kidding. Anyway, coming back to this. So you're obviously going to start off with your keyword research. Now, the biggest problem and the most irritating thing that I see when it comes to SEO professionals is, what do they promise? Has anyone, if you are also promising some things to your clients or to companies that you're applying for, what is that thing that people promise? Ranking, rank first, right? How many people have actually come first page rank? Yes, yes, yes. Right? How many people have come across SEO proposals, or or you might have been tempted to say that, hey, you know what? I am going to rank your website for these 10 keywords. I am going to rank your website for these 20 keywords. I am going to rank your website for these 100 keywords. And once I rank them, you are going to pay me this much. How many people have come across things like this, right? So you might have like seen people on the FB group saying this, absolutely correct. So you might have definitely come across people talking like this. Now, it is not entirely wrong to do something like that, but the problem is, you might have already noticed this in your search console and things like that. The biggest problem is that if you say that, hey, I'm going to rank your website for 10 keywords, it is actually incomplete and inaccurate at the same time, right? Because let's say that one of the keywords is, say, natural, Ayurvedic, whatever, skincare products, right? So that is one of the keywords that we are going for. Natural Ayurvedic skincare product is one of the keywords we are going for. Imagine that if you're ranking for that particular keyword, you optimize that particular page for that particular keyword. Do you think that that is the only keyword that you'll be ranking for? Let me know in the chat box. Pricing on SEO and agencies like that. Absolutely not. You'll not be ranking for only that keyword. You'll obviously be ranking for multiple variations of that keyword. So what you're promising is you're actually under promising what you can actually deliver, right? And which is why I say that that approach itself is wrong, because it's incomplete and nobody cares. Nobody even understands what you mean. Business owners, most of them don't even understand what you mean when they say that, hey, you know what? I am going to get you this much, the number one ranking for this particular keyword, right? If I had come and told you the same thing like 10 weeks ago, would you have actually understood the true depth of that statement? Let me know in the chat box. Absolutely not. How do you expect a business owner who has absolutely no idea about SEO to even understand what you mean when you actually say that, hey, you know what? This is what it is. I'm going to rank your website for 10 keywords. Rank keywords 10. These things don't make sense at all. Now, what is a better approach? What is an alternative approach? Now, the better approach, the second best metric when it comes to SEO. I'll tell you what the first best metric is eventually in this session, but the second best metric when it comes to SEO is organic traffic. So you need to be optimizing for organic traffic. And that's why the first thing I'll put here is that target organic traffic. Okay. Now, 1,000 is, let's assume that, hey, you know what? This is basically assumptions, right? You need to obviously think about assumptions based on the client and what they're looking for and all of those things, right? Let's assume that, hey, you know what? I am going to get a target traffic of 1,000 purely from my SEO efforts. I'm going to increase your website traffic by 1,000. So if I have to get 1,000 visitors to my website or to your client's website from SEO, I need to target keywords with a cumulative search volume of 3,000. Basically, if my target is 1,000 or if my target is X, my target search volume should be 3X. Can anyone tell me why is that the case? I'm going to repeat the question. If my target organic traffic is X, ideally speaking, my target search volume should be 3X. Do you guys want to take a guess why that is the case? PTR, can you elaborate on that, Ponusami? Yes, because not everyone will visit your website. Just because the search volume is 3,000 doesn't necessarily mean that every single one of them is going to come on your website. Believe it or not, even if you rank number one for any of these keywords that you're trying to target or whatever that keyword that you're targeting for, only 30% of the people who are looking for that term will actually click on your website, even if you're ranking number one, right? If you're ranking number two, it drops even further. It goes to like 18%. If you rank number three, it goes down to 10% and it like keeps going down, which is why there is a joke, right? Like the second page of Google is probably the best place to hide dead bodies because nobody goes there, right? Which is so true. Nobody even actually goes to the second page of Google. Forget about the second page. Nobody even like goes to the end of that particular page, right? So which means that if your target organic traffic is 1,000, you need to be targeting a search volume, cumulative search volume of 3,000, right? So what it means is that you need to go out there and look for keywords which can actually satisfy the search volume, which is what you're going to see here, which is what you see here, right? So as you can see here, topic one, topic two, topic three, all of them have like 1,500, 1,500. I'm just like put some random numbers here, okay? So the idea is pretty simple. If you can actually go out there and find out keyword groups, not necessarily keyword groups. Now, each keyword group, like you guys have already done it, primary keyword, secondary keyword, LSI keywords, and all of those kind of things. If you can actually find keyword groups which satisfy totally, now you might say that, hey, you need like 3 to 4 different keyword groups to satisfy the search volume, which is okay, right? So depends on like what is your this thing. You might need like 20, 30 keyword groups also. Who knows? Because you might say that, hey, you know what? My target organic traffic, my target is to improve the search traffic by 10,000, which means that you need to get a target search volume of 30,000. Now, to satisfy that, you might need like 10, 20, 30, 40 different keyword groups for actually to go out there and satisfy this particular increase in search traffic, right? Then you go out there and do your primary keyword, your secondary keyword, LSI keywords, and then you do your quantitative research also in quotes, in URL, and in title. So I put in qualitative here. You don't need to do it. It can be like very this thing for you. It can be very time consuming. You don't need to do qualitative for now. But if you want to do qualitative, what you need to be doing is for this primary keyword, what is the UR and DR of the first result? What is the DR of the second result? What is third result? And all of those kind of things. You can do that with Ahrefs itself. If you scroll down here, right, where did it go? Website authority checker. So if you can put in the first result of the website and see what is the DR of the first website, DR of the second website, DR of the third website. So you're kind of like assessing both quantitatively and qualitatively as well. Does this make sense? Are we all clear up until this point? Just type in CC in the chat box if you're clear. Right? Both quantitatively and qualitatively. Does anyone want to tell me why should we be even doing this in the first place? All of this exercise, why should you be doing it? To beat competition, okay. Analysis, okay. Can you elaborate a little bit more? So the idea is, say for example, your target search volume is 3,000. If you do this entire exercise, you will then be able to prioritize the keywords that you want to target first. Right? So what did I make you guys do in the beginning? I told you guys, go for the one which has the least competition. And then start from there. Everyone remembers that, right? That is why you're doing it. You need to go after keywords which have the least competition and has enough search volume. You start from there. You are basically doing this entire exercise to not just assess the opportunity and the demand around a particular keyword, but also to see and assess what the competition is. Therefore, you can go out there and prioritize, okay, these are the keywords that I'll be first targeting, then these are the keywords that I'll be prioritizing next, and all of those kind of things. Right? Does that make sense? Just type in MS in the chat box if all of these things make sense. You guys have done it already. Up until this point, whatever I've shown you, it's the same thing that you've done already, right? Do you think your client is going to be very happy after looking all of this analysis, or whichever company you are applying for? Great. Now it's time to blow their minds away. Okay, let's try to blow their minds away, and I'll show you one by one. Now you know what is all the things that needs to be done, and all of these things, right? Based on your SEO audit, all the places that all the pages that needs to be fixed, all the opportunities that there are, and then you've done more research and we said that, hey, you know what, these are all the things that we have done. These are all the keyword research we have done. You can do some research. You don't have, don't need to do all of this research together. You just need to do some of it just to show people or show the opportunity that there is there. And then what you do is you create an execution timeline, because this is also very, very important in terms of going out there and delivering whatever that needs to be delivered. Because like I keep telling people that SEO is not a knowledge problem, it's an execution problem, right? And for you to actually go out there and execute it properly, you need to be good at some level of project management as well, right? And this sheet alone can help you organize all the tasks that you need to be doing so that you can go out there and achieve the results that you want to achieve, right? So how does this look? What is it all about here? So first, your SEO audit task, right? Your keyword research, your competitor research. So there are two things here: start date and due date. Anything that does not have a start date and due date, forget about it. Okay, you'll never be able to complete it. Now, the idea you're putting here is because not only this, these are all like, dummy data that is just like put in here just to show you how you can actually create something like this. Now, when you show something like this to your client, they will have this great sense of comfort, because then they will know that what is happening when. And for you internally also, you will be like, hey, you know what? I know what needs to be done and by when it needs to be done. If you have to like delegate it to other people, or if you want to do it yourself, whatever it is, you know when it is happening. And then you can say percentage of task complete and all of those things. And the color also changes. If you like change this thing, if you saw that, like, change to like light green. If you move it to like say 25, it becomes, oops, stuff like lighter and all of those kind of things. So this is a Gantt chart. Absolutely correct. This is basically a Gantt chart, right? So then you can also do like break it down into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and how many weeks it's going to actually take for you to like actually execute this whole thing, right? So you can say that, okay, this keyword research, I'm going to be doing it for the first 4 weeks, right? Then we'll be doing the competitive research for the next 4 weeks. These are all dummy data, okay? You need to like do it yourself based on your bandwidth, based on how you can actually execute it. Very importantly, though, very, very important part of this entire sheet is the costing, right? So what is costing? What do I mean by costing? Now, what I want you to do, let's assume, right, that your cost per hour is 500 rupees. Okay, your cost per hour is 500 rupees. And what I want you to assume is that how much time is it going to take for you to do each of these tasks? Now, having done all of these things for so long, for the past 10 weeks, you have a fair amount of idea as to how long it actually takes for you to perform all of these tasks, right? So if it takes 1 hour, put 500, okay? And if it takes like, say, 2 hours, you put 1,000, right? So you put all of these costs here, right? For everything, content creation, technical SEO, off-page SEO, whatever that you need to be doing, local SEO, whatever, YouTube SEO, whatever you need to be doing, how much time do you think it is going to take you? And you're going to put it here. And this is purely for internal purposes. You can actually delete this after you've actually done it. But why do you think that you need to actually put in your cost? And then, of course, the total of it as well. Can anyone let me know in the chat box, why do you need to put in your cost? To charge reasonably, can you elaborate a little bit more, Manish? To justify the price? Absolutely not. We can negotiate, okay, to show you the client. To quote to client after adding profit? No, no. To show client what they are paying for? No. Evaluate the value of work. Okay. The reason why you need to be putting this is because this is the bare minimum that you should be charging your client. And you should not be, I repeat, do not charge based on your costing. And I'll tell you how to actually charge your clients, but do not, I repeat, do not charge your clients based on how much it costs you. Because what you're doing as an SEO professional is you're not some glorified human being who is just going to trade in their time to do some work for them. If you position yourself like that, you will always be like that for the rest of your life. But if you actually position yourself as a pro, which can bring value to the table, right? Which you'll know how to actually get to just in some time, some more time, just be patient. But the reason why I'm doing this is because it is for you to assess, number one, the opportunity cost for yourself. What do I mean by opportunity cost? I mean that you could have been doing something else and made that 500 rupees. That's what I mean, right? This is your opportunity cost, which means that this is like the bare minimum, you need to be charging. For you to assess what is the bare minimum that you need to be charging is how you need to be like, this is the reason why you need to be doing this costing, right? Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat box if that makes sense. This is, you should not be pricing your services based on your cost. Do not do that, especially for a service-based client. But you might ask, how do I actually go out there and estimate the pricing? How do I actually tell them that this is how much it is going to cost? How many people have that question running in your mind right now? The way you do it is based on the value you're bringing in. Now, like we have already established that none of these business owners are actually going to understand anything about SEO. It doesn't matter if you say that, hey, you know what, I am going to go fix all of your title tags. Who's going to understand that? I am going to do an install WP Rocket on your website and install CDN and find high authority blogs to comment. I'm going to get you two guest blogs with backlinks done and all of those kind of things. Nobody is going to understand that. That is your language. That is a language that both of us will understand. But what is the one language that every business owner understands? Money, revenue, sales, profits. This is what they understand. ROI, leads. Absolutely. This is what most business owners understand. So it is your job to actually determine the value or the sales or the revenue that you're going to bring in for their website, for their business because of your SEO. Does that make sense? It is your job to determine the value that you're bringing to the table in terms of sales, profits, revenue, whatever it is, that whatever metric that you want to choose, which is why I said organic traffic is the second best metric. The first best metric is your revenue. How much value are you bringing to the table? If you are able to determine that, you will then be able to drive the entire conversation, the entire pitch itself by saying that, hey, you know what? This is how much money I can bring to the table because I've done this. Right? So how do you get to that number? I'll show you another sheet. Again, this sheet might look a little confusing and intimidating, but don't worry about it at all. I'll explain how this whole thing works. Okay. I came up with this sheet when I was like consulting one of these startups and we had a lot of things to do. So I obviously wanted to figure out like, hey, how can I convince these clients to like pay me a big amount? And this is why I came up with this number, right? So what is it? What is the meaning of this sheet? So what we're going to do is, what you see here is obviously the month, right? So since most of our activities is going to be based on content, I'm going to put in the articles written. Let's just assume that, article number 1, we write one article every single month, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're writing 6 articles across 6 months, right? So this goes along. This is to just determine the value that you're bringing to the table. Okay. Not necessarily the task that you're doing, but just to determine the value that you're bringing to the table, which is why I said what you do to get here doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to your clients at all because they don't understand the amount of work that goes into it. They definitely don't understand what the hell you're actually doing to get these numbers. That is for you to determine, which is why that costing gives you a nice idea of this is the baseline. This is the minimum price that I will be like charging them. But now what we are trying to do is what are the kind of results they'll be able to achieve because of the activities that you'll be doing, right? So let's assume that after you've done your research here, so you've done your research for like 6 keyword groups, right? And you say that, you know what, I'm going to write one piece of content every single month. So July, let's assume this is July, right? We write one article and under each of these things, you can see that I've put in the total search volume as well. So for this article, the total search volume was 4,000, which you obviously found it from this sheet. Like you need to find it from this sheet, basically. Again, these are all like dummy numbers. You need to actually do your research and do it properly, right? So the second article has a total search volume of 2,000. The third article has 1,500. The fourth, 1,000. Fifth, 3,000. And the sixth one has about 500 search volume, right? Now what is going to happen is I'm going to assess what is the traffic that I'm going to get from the article that I wrote in month 1, right? So as you can see here, the first 3 months I've put in 0. Can anyone tell me why? I just put in 0 here. First 3 months, July, August, September. I wrote this article in July, but I still put in 0 saying that you won't be getting any kind of traffic. SEO takes time, obviously, right? It obviously takes time. So it takes time for the results to kick in. It takes time for you to actually see some kind of the needle moving, right? So, but fourth month, I've said that you might start seeing 10% of the search volume, which is why it's 400, right? So as you can see the formula here, I put in 10%. Fifth month, I'll put in 20%. Sixth month is when I'm saying that, hey, this is when you'll actually start seeing the full power of all the efforts that we are doing, right? Which is why 1,200, and from there, it's just 1,200 because 30% of the search volume is the maximum that you might be able to get. These are again like estimates, okay? These are not the actual results that you'll be getting, but this is a great way for you to assess the kind of performance you'll be doing. Same thing for traffic from month 2. So you're writing it in August, so it starts from there. First 3 months, 0, and then it's going to be like 10%, 20%, 30%, and 30%, so on, right? Same thing, traffic from month 3, September, 0, 0, 0, first 3 months, and 10%, 20%, 30%, right? Does this make sense? Everybody, let me know in the chat box. Does this make sense? Okay. Now, once you do all of these things, now you are going to come here and say that, okay, this is the total traffic that I will be getting thanks to all the things that I've actually done so far. So first 3 months is going to be 0, and October will be 400. November, it will be this plus this, which is 1,000. December will be this plus this plus this, which will be this much. January, it will be this plus this plus this plus this. And Feb, it will be like all of these things, and like so on and so forth. As you can see, the total traffic is like constantly increasing because all of these things take time to actually kick in. Now, the reason why I have highlighted this in green is primarily because this is where, truly speaking, your job as an SEO professional should ideally end. Saying that, hey, you know what? My job is to get you traffic, but with that traffic, what are you going to get? Now, how do we assess that? Let's go to the next stage, which is basically to understand if we get this kind of traffic, what kind of business or what kind of revenue can they expect from this kind of traffic, right? So October, so what we're going to do is first we are going to assume that all the traffic that is coming onto the website will be first converted into leads. Leads is nothing but when somebody provides them with name, email address, and phone number, that is a lead, through which you can go out there and convert them into customers, and they're going to like spend a certain amount of money with you, right? So that is the whole all the things that you're seeing here. So I am assuming that out of the 400 people or whatever traffic that we are going to be getting, we can convert about 5% of them into leads. I'm being extremely conservative here, and always remember this, always remember this. When you are doing any kind of estimates like this, write it down somewhere and keep it, okay? Under promise and over deliver. Never over promise and under deliver. Okay, no matter what your heart says, your brain says, your friend says, no matter what they say, always under promise and over deliver. Got it? Just type in got it in the chat box if that makes sense. Always under promise and over deliver, which is why I said 5% of the traffic that is going to come into the website, I'm going to be converting it into leads, right? And then out of that, I will be converting about 10% of those leads into customers, which means that 2 of them will actually convert into customers, right? The next thing is that you need to figure this out. Either you need to assume this, or you can ask your clients or the company that you will be applying your job for, saying that what is the average amount that a customer spends with you? Now, I am assuming that the average amount any customer on their website would be spending is 2,500. So that means the total revenue that I'll be getting would be this into this, which is 5,000. Right? Does this make sense? Just type in MS in the chat box if that makes sense. Right? Now, if you add all of these things together, as you can see here, the total revenue for 12 months is that I can tell them that, hey, if you do SEO, you are, or rather, if you're not doing SEO, you're actually leaving close to 2.75 lakhs on the table. And this is the amount of opportunity that is there out there, right? This is just 12 months worth of thing. Right? Again, these are dummy numbers. The numbers can be much bigger than this also, right? So, but now you know the total project cost and the total tools cost. Even if you just charge them 52,000 rupees for a year's worth of this thing, whatever work you're doing, even then, what you can say is that, hey, if you give me 50,000 rupees to do all of these things for you, you can get an ROI of 5.25, which means that spend 50,000, get 2.75 lakh rupees. Do you or do you not think any business owner will understand this? Let me know in the chat box. I will surrender, says Vivek Singh. Right? Do you now see how we started off with the regular SEO stuff and came to the point which matters to your business owners the most, sales and revenue? Right? That is what matters the most. You need to drive the conversation with this. You can tell them these are all the things that we'll be doing, but you need to drive the conversation. This is what I meant by saying that how much value are you going to bring to the table? Instead of saying that, hey, I'm going to rank for 10 keywords, if you say that, hey, you know what? I think that we can increase your revenue by 2.75 lakhs by the end of 12 months. What sounds better, one or two? One is I'll rank for 10 keywords. Two is I will increase your revenue by 2.75 lakhs. Right? That is what matters. That is what matters for most business owners out there. So if I find anybody from this batch or from any batch, I'd say this in every batch, by the way, if I find anybody, if I get to know any one of you is going to any of these clients and saying that I'm going to rank for 10 keywords, 20 keywords, I'm going to hunt you down and tell those people not to work with you. Just type in promise in the chat box that you're going to promise me that you're never going to do that. I'm serious about it. I'm gonna like hunt you guys down. I'll say that this person is not from HIT SEO. I didn't teach them this. Right? Because it's so important that you actually drive the conversation in terms of revenue and sales and the money that you're going to get in rather than anything else, which is why I say SEO is a marketing channel, not a technical channel. Right? This is what marketing does, brings in sales. How are you going to get that? This is what will light up any business person's face out there. Now, does all of these things make sense? SEO audit, SEO strategy, SEO, all of these things. What do you guys think of this? Do you find this valuable, useful, different, unique, new? Is this what you guys are looking for? Let me know in the chat box. Project cost, you got it from here. It's okay for people who might find this overwhelming. Let it brew. Okay, don't worry about it. Go through the recording again. Do it again and again. Then you'll like eventually get to it, right? And all the sheet will be shared with you, and like everything has like formulas. All you need to do is punch in numbers, and you're like good to go. You underpromised and over-delivered. Great, thanks, Mandar. Right, so don't worry about it at all. So just go through the recording again, and like give it a shot. Once you do it, you will be like in a much better position to like actually. Now, this whole approach is how I recommend everyone in terms of digital marketing to go out there and pitch. Be it Facebook ads, be it whatever you're providing, right? If you're just providing content also, use this approach. Right? So Jackson is here. Jackson actually used this to convert a client right after he finished HIT SEO, by the way. Jackson, do you want to tell them in the chat box real quick? Okay, great. So he used the same approach. I think it was a school that he converted, if I'm not wrong. School or something else, I don't remember. Yeah. But right after the session was over, he went back home, did his proposal, did this whole thing, went and pitched and closed a client also. Right? So be it anything in digital marketing, if you talk to your clients like this, you will be in a much better position. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. Nobody talks like this. That is why I keep telling you guys, I've been saying it for the past 10 weeks. Since you've finished 10 weeks of HIT SEO, it is my promise and my guarantee that you guys are ahead of 99.9999% of SEO professionals in this country, if not the world. That's my guarantee and my promise. But you need to do and follow everything that I've taught you, like this. Got it? Let's go back to this now. Put in your questions in the chat box, Q&A. I'll answer in the Q&A later on. We're not done with the session, by the way. Still have, I'll just quickly walk you guys through how to actually craft a proposal also, right? And I'll be showing you one of the proposals that I created and I designed for one of the very well-known startups. So quickly walk you. So this is the raw data. Obviously, you need to like put in all of this information into easily digestible format, which is usually what an SEO proposal is going to be. And you can use PowerPoint, you can use Keynote, you can use Canva, whatever it is you want to, like, right? So, but what do you actually put in all of those things? So these are all the key elements in an SEO proposal. So about the client, about you, clients you have worked with, if you have any. If you don't, I strongly recommend that you pick one or two for free in the beginning, show them what you can do, and then you can like get more and more stuff, right? Goals and objectives, pain points, what is the solution? If you have any case studies, then show them that. Monthly deliverables, what are you going to actually deliver it to them? Proposed monthly cost, contact info. I am going to show you guys a proposal that I had designed for one of the companies. Unfortunately, I can't share it with you guys because I had signed an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement with them. But I'll still show it to you. I hope I don't get into trouble. If I do, I'm going to come after you guys because one of you guys would have snitched about me. Guess what? Snitches get stitches. So don't snitch about me to people. So just like keep it with you guys. I'll just quickly like walk you guys through what this whole thing is. And so how many people have heard of Scriptbox? It's a platform for investing in mutual funds, right? So yeah, so Scriptbox was one of our clients, and this was the proposal, right? So the actual proposal itself was to how to increase their organic traffic because the bottom of the funnel was pretty much sorted. They knew, like, you know, if you get us traffic, we know how to convert them. So they were very confident about that, right? Now I just said I won't be sharing it. So some of the things that you need to notice here is that one, these are very small things that you can do to make your client happy or make them feel important. Number one, I obviously use the colors of Scriptbox. I use the font of Scriptbox. You know, all of these things, small things, kind of like make them feel very important. So if you can do it, please go ahead and do that as well. Now, about Scriptbox, about the company itself, again, this is not too important, but this is more like etiquettes. So just like put it here about Pixel Track. This is a company that we're running. And then, you know, all the companies that we have worked for. Again, like I said before, if you don't have the this much experience or these kind of brands, it's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. But if you want to like get some kind of logos or whatever it is, just go and work with some of them real quick for free, give them some kind of results, and then you can like get more people to like come and work for you also, right? What is the goal? The goal is to increase organic traffic to the website by creating web content, primary blogs, to produce SEO optimized jargon free content by focusing on relevant keywords with high volume but low difficulty. You see that? To convert these readers into users eventually, to move from paid traffic to organic traffic, to bring new audience and educate them about financial instruments. To put it into numbers, the goal is to achieve 10K traffic in the next 2 to 3 months. Now, what is the problem? Lack of content for target keywords. If there is content that has not been optimized for SEO, they lack topical depth and topical breadth. Most of the articles are focusing on the bottom of the funnel, which is more towards converting them into users and not necessarily educating them. There's no clear funnel for the content itself. And this is the solution, right? Awareness, what kind of keywords that we'll be looking for. Example, interest, you know, we give them a lead magnet and then like create an email sequence and then convert them into customers as well. Right? Content for awareness. What are the kind of keywords? Identify keywords with a cumulative search volume of 1.5 lakhs. Right? Once ranked, we can expect 20% of the search volume. Like I said, under promise and over deliver. Although I told you guys 30%, I'm still telling these guys 20%. This translates to about 30,000 sessions every month, but this might take about 6 to 9 months to rank number one. Long tail might kick in 3 months and help us achieve our target of 10,000 visitors every single month. To achieve 10,000 visitors in 3 months, I am targeting a search volume of 1,50,000, right? So do you guys see how I'm like working backwards, right? Although I know that it is going to take some time, I'm still saying that, hey, for us to even achieve 10,000 visitors in just the next 3 months, we have to right now target a total search volume of 1,50,000, right? And then achieve that, have a balance between informational and transactional keywords, go broader and higher up the funnel. Content needs to first educate about mutual funds and then script box, understand the journey of the user and create content for the same. These articles needs to be very in-depth and well optimized. The idea is to add a lot of value by sharing and structuring amazing jargon-free content. Content for interest, bunch of different things here, the kind of content that we'll be creating. These are all things. Case study, we have like a bunch of case studies here. As you can see, we did a few things for your story, a bunch of different case studies. Again, like I said, if you don't have it, just like make sure you have some case study, right? And then what is it? Proposed monthly deliverables, right? Well optimized, proofread, copywritten content. Number of articles is 5. In-depth keyword research for each topic. Targeted cumulative volume is 100,000. Average length of article is 3,000. Graphical representation, OG image, stock images for every article. And this is the total excluding GST. This is what we were able to charge them. So 5 articles, 75,000 rupees. Do you now see the difference between driving the conversation from a per word basis or 10 keywords I'm going to rank to saying that, hey, this is the kind of traffic we're going to get. This is the kind of sales you can expect from that, which is why, if you can actually see what we are delivering to them, just 5 articles every single month, 1 lakh we were able to charge them excluding GST plus GST as well, right? Now, a little twist or not twist, I would say wordplay into this whole thing, since they are into mutual funds, systematic investment plan. Are you ready to start your systematic content plan? And this is what we did. And then the contact information and all of this kind of things, right? So this is how your proposal would look like. Does that make sense? Do you think that's useful? Let me know in the chat box if you think that was useful. Okay, for one last time, who's ready for your assignment? Great. I'm going to keep it simple. One last ride. Yeah. Perform a site audit using Screaming Frog and upload the report. Now, you need to be doing this for a site you do not own. Okay. It is not going to be your own website. It is not going to be your other peers' website from this group. It is going to be another completely different website. It can be something that you found on the internet, your competitors, whatever it is, right? I don't care, but not your website, not anybody's website from this entire group, right? Perform a site audit using Screaming Frog and upload the report. Number 1, create a minimum 6-month plan for a website or blog that you don't own. Create a proposal with all the elements, right? So these are only the 3 things, but you know how much actually goes into this whole thing. And so I'll be sharing everything with you except the proposal that I just showed you. But considering how long this is going to take, I am actually going to give you guys 2 weeks. I hope that's going to be helpful for you guys, because it is going to take you guys some time to like actually do it. So you're going to have 2 weeks time to actually perform this task, perform this assignment. But please, just because I'm giving you like 2 weeks doesn't necessarily mean that you waste your time. Go out there and try to do it as much as possible, right? Use this time, work together, get a bunch of guys together and like do a bunch of different things together, right? So you're going to have 2 weeks time. So the assignment deadline is going to be 9th November, 6 p.m. And then we're going to like go out there. You know the rules by now. It's 10th assignments. You're going to be submitting using the submission form itself. You'll be getting all the information and the resources sheet, right? Great. Thank you so much. I hope these 10 weeks have been absolutely amazing to you guys. I hope you guys like learned a lot of different things. I hope now you're not intimidated by SEO at all. I hope you are confident about SEO. I hope you guys can go out there and actually perform SEO, get yourself amazing clients, get yourself amazing careers, or just apply to your own business or apply to your own blog, whatever it is. Go out there and do it. Like I always say, this is not the end, this is the beginning, because the idea of this entire course, which you might have already felt, was to take you from 0 to 1. That's it, right? I have shown you the way to go from 0 to 1, hopefully in a nice way, hopefully in a very interesting manner. Now your job is to take you from 1 to 100, and it is going to take you some time, it is going to take you some effort, it's going to take you some energy. But if you follow all of these things that you have learned in the past 10 weeks and apply it, you will definitely be able to take it from 1 to 100, if not more than that. So all the very best to all of you guys. I hope it was a very nice experience for all of you. And I hope I'll be seeing you in future programs as well. And I hope in the future I'll be able to do like, more advanced SEO course as well. And yeah, good luck. And thank you very much for trusting me with this program. And thank you very much to the entire team, which would have not been possible without the entire team. Huge shout out to Shreyas. He does a bunch of different things in the back end, which you guys have no idea about. He's been an amazing, amazing person, and he has made sure everything runs smoothly. Of course, one cannot forget Jackson, who was also part of HIT SEO, but he was like so good at it. He came in and like made sure that everything runs smoothly, especially on the WhatsApp group. He has been of immense help for the entire team, and he has done this voluntarily, which has been very, very nice of him. So thank you to both Shreyas and Jackson. We also have Harleen and Nivedita, who have actually made sure all of your assignments have been assessed fairly, properly, and like processed your cashbacks also for this whole thing. So yes, it would not have been possible without the team, and I hope you guys are going to be enjoying your bonuses as well, and a bunch of different things as well. Great. Oh yeah, we're gonna be having a graduation session also, so don't worry about it. We're gonna do some bunch of different fun things. So I'll let you guys know when it is going to be on. Actually, it is going to be a lot of fun. So I'll let you know when it's going to be. But for now, just focus on the assignment. Okay, you'll get a certificate once you have finished this assignment, and if you have finished 8 out of 10 assignments, you will be getting your certificates. How many of you are from? How many of you are willing or are from Bangalore? How many of you are willing to come down to Bangalore? Okay, Manish. Oh, wow. So many people are actually willing to come down to Bangalore. Great. Okay. How about we do a meetup? I've been thinking about this for a while now. Unfortunately, because of COVID and a lot of different things, it never actually like panned out. But I think we should do like a meetup and like an actual party. I don't want to travel, which is why I'm asking all of you guys to come to Bangalore. And I know Bangalore, so I can like actually like, it's a lot more fun here. I can guarantee you that. Mumbai people just take a flight and come, no? Please. Yeah, you can all like travel together and like just come down. I don't know. We'll just like do it over a weekend. Of course, it's gonna like cost you a little bit more, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're just gonna do a casual meetup. I'll probably take a session there live, and I don't know the last time I went on stage. So I would love to like actually get on stage and like give a proper session out there. And if you guys can come to Bangalore, then definitely yes. If not, I'll probably do a regular meetup in Mumbai and other cities also. Whenever I get to travel there, it's been a long time since I traveled out of this whole thing. Uh, who can't make it can watch the recording, yes, and we'll be live streaming it also, I guess. So you can just watch the live stream, I guess. But yeah, uh, Delhi, Mumbai, all of these things, I'll try to come down, but I'm just giving this option of doing something in Bangalore. If you guys can fly down or drive down or whatever it is, it'll be absolutely great to meet all of you, but I'll keep this option open. The virtual graduation session will definitely happen. Don't worry about it, Rashi. Great. Let's do the Q&A. Yes, yes. I'm also talking about the virtual party, Rashi. We'll do it. Graduation. Graduation session will be like a party only. Don't worry. Do you have a similar format for local SEO? Same thing. You can do the same thing for local SEO as well. So yeah, please conduct a training for video recording. I don't know how to do it myself. Oh, you mean like this? As in like video sessions and all of those things. Ah, how to decide on the informational keywords and content ideas if you get multiple clients from the same industry and selling similar stuff or providing similar services? It is very unlikely that will happen, and the geographies will change. There are a bunch of different things. See, this is a good problem to have if you actually have, you know, multiple clients trying to target the same thing. Okay, if that happens, right? So don't worry about it right now. First, focus on actually getting yourself a client, right? Then you think about all of these kind of problems. DR as a metric itself is from Ahrefs. So only Ahrefs is going to show you DR. So yeah. Not all of us have clients. You don't need to. Keyword research. Just choose any website. It can be your competitors. It can be something, some website that you look up to, or your friend's website. I don't know, any website, doesn't matter. Don't make up hypothetical dummy numbers. You actually have to work. You actually have to create a plan for them. Okay, is everyone clear about that? I just showed you dummy numbers. That's it. But you have to actually do it as part of the assignment. You actually have to do the keyword research. You actually have to like do the numbers, the research, everything, and put it together. Does that make sense? Just type in CC in the chat box if everyone's clear about it. I hope you don't. If you're, I hope you guys are not of the assumption that you can just put in dummy numbers and submit the assignment. You will obviously be going to be rejected if you do that. Can we increase our charges over time? Yeah, why not? Considering that the value we'll be delivering, yeah, absolutely. Is it our responsibility as an SEO professional to create a funnel to capture leads on client's website, or is our role? It's not. But if they say that, hey, can you help us out with setting up a funnel, lead capturing, that, this, and all of those things, charge them extra. Tell them that, hey, that's a completely different service which I'm willing to provide. Please, it's. I recommend that if you have all the skills, then you can actually do it. So I'm one more thing that I want to ask you guys. I am actually starting another program. Planning to start it from January. It is going to be a similar format, and the whole thing will be about marketing automation and funnel setup and like communication and all those things. Just type in if you're interested in that particular thing. Great, fantastic, wow. Exact date will be starting sometime in Jan, second week of Jan. Performance marketing, I don't want to start right now because it's quite tricky, and it can be like little difficult to like actually execute it. But eventually, I want to like bring in performance marketing also. Yeah, it's about emails, Avinash. Emails is one of it, but there is like a lot of different things also, right? Funnels, marketing automation, using no-code tools, bunch of different things. It's going to be very, very interesting. Landing page. No, no coding involved. I don't know how to code. So yeah. Retainership is basically how much are they willing to pay you monthly. That's all. You can decide based on the number that you get from the exercise. Monthly deliverables you can share if you want to. Basically, the task that you will be doing can be monthly deliverables. That's it. These are all the things that we will be doing in this particular month. Blah blah blah. That's what we'll be doing. How to find potential clients? Have you tried SEO? That's a great way to get potential clients, by the way. But yeah, we'll be talking about it tomorrow. Just attend tomorrow's session, okay? Harshita, just let me know if you're attending tomorrow's session. Just go to your email and like register for it. Okay, I completely forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. Very important. Before November 10th, everybody should be transferring their WPX hosting, right? So obviously, I'll be like sending across, Hostinger. We are partnered with Hostinger, and they have given us an extra discount to all of you guys. So if you want to transfer it to Hostinger, more than happy. If you choose to go via Hostinger, I will also be giving you a premium WordPress plugin, which will actually help you to transfer your website from WPX to Hostinger, and it won't even like you won't even notice the difference. Honestly speaking, after WPX, one of the best hosting companies, which is affordable, which actually performs really well, is Hostinger. So I strongly recommend that you go for Hostinger. But if you want to go for any other hosting companies, because you're hosting as part of this program, if you want the website as part of this, you want to continue using that website, I strongly recommend that you shouldn't just like throw away this particular thing. But if you want to go for any other, you're completely free to do that. It's not Updraft. We have another premium plugin. So if you sign up with Hostinger, I will be giving you that premium plugin free. If you choose to go with any other hosting platform, you're free to go with any other hosting platform for that matter. No problem at all, but you'll just not be getting the premium plugin as part of this whole thing, right? So I'll be sending you a separate email about this. I will be giving you all the instructions as to how to go about doing it, but you need to be doing it before November 10th. I'll be like putting across an email with all the details, and please make sure that you will be like, doing it. Otherwise, you'll lose your website. And please don't come to us saying that, hey, I lost my website after that. After November 10th, your website will be deleted. It will be deleted forever. So if you want to retain your website, and I strongly recommend that you do, Hostinger or not, I strongly recommend that you do keep it. Just transfer it to whatever website hosting that you want to, but make sure you transfer it, okay? Because otherwise it will be deleted forever permanently. Rohit, same thing you can follow. Whatever you're doing in terms of on page and off page and all of those things for each individual URLs, whatever we did in bulk, you can do the same thing for individual URLs also. Yes, the cost I showed was on a monthly basis. Oh, no, just go to do the exercise. A lot of people are asking this question. Once you do the exercise, you will be very clear as to how much you can charge them, right? Go about doing that. You'll be given access to the bonuses also, guys. I'll be sending a separate email for that also. You'll be getting access to content marketing mastery and a bunch of other things also. The ultimate SEO playbook, self-recorded, self-paced, pre-recorded course that you'll be getting access as part of your bonuses. How to prepare SEO reports for clients on a weekly basis. I'll probably have to, I'll probably do a separate session on this, basket. But yeah, thanks for asking this question. But I think right now it's too late. I pitched about SEO to a client who didn't have much business. Don't pitch to clients who don't have business at all. How are they going to pay you? They will not be able to pay you if they don't have any business at all in the first place, So obviously, I would recommend you to go for either businesses, small, big, medium, whatever, who have some kind of business coming in, who has some kind of revenue coming in every single month. I already have a content writing client in a niche. One of his competitors require SEO services. Is it ethical to work with them or even sending a proposal? I mean, it's completely up to you. Morality, I feel, is very subjective. So is ethics. If you feel it's okay, go do it. It's fine. Same approach, guys, for local SEO, for any digital marketing, same approach you need to be doing. Okay. So when you say nobody wants to hire someone for local SEO, they do it by themselves. They're just setting up their GMB profile. They're not necessarily doing local SEO. So it is your job to do the entire spectrum of activities in terms of local SEO and not just setting up GMB profile. Does that make sense, Mitra? Let me know in the chat box, right? Your job is not just to set up a GMB profile, but also to optimize it and get them results every single month. Your proposal only talks about writing articles. It does not talk about any other. That proposal that I showed you was focused mostly on that, but you can add whatever you want to. But even in the estimates that we're doing, it is to tell them what are they going to get, because nobody cares about all the tasks that you will be doing and how you get there. That you have to do. I'm not saying you don't have to do it, but if you talk about all of these things, you'll just be confusing them. Which is why I just talk about like content creation. What is the traffic that you're going to get because of that? And then like go out there and do it. I'll be talking about the whole career job thing next week, not tomorrow, next week. So we'll talk about it later. Paid ads are doing much better for him. Why do I need SEO in the first place? How do we deal with such people and convince them SEO is as great as paid ads? Of course, you need to talk in terms of ROI, right? What is the ROI that they're getting from paid ads? It'll obviously not be as good as SEO. If it is, just tell them like, hey, do paid ads for me also, right? And get yourself some new SEO clients as well. So your job is to talk to them and tell them that, hey, I know you're doing paid ads. You should be. And just because you're doing SEO doesn't mean that you should ignore all the other channels. You should be focusing on all the channels, right? What if you're losing so much opportunity in the organic front? Why are you not focusing on that? And what if the ROI is much better in terms of SEO compared to like performance marketing? So you need to talk like that. Same thing for vernacular content, Hindi, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Same approach for vernacular content as well. Raj, you can probably look for some content creators within this group. I think that's a great place for you to start. Yes, you can do site audit on Airstream's paid version. If you're willing to spend that kind of money, then you can do it, but you can very well do it with Screaming Frog as well. ROI is return on investment. Return on investment. What happens if you renew it after the deadline? You can't renew it after the deadline. It will be gone, permanently deleted. You watch the recording and do the exercise, Arshita. You keep telling you're confused even before you try to understand it. That is, I think, your problem. Please first try to at least attempt to understand it. Attempt to do it. Then you will be able to like have a better understanding of doing it. It depends. Uh, you can start off with like 1 rupees, 2 rupees, then eventually move on to like 5, 10 rupees. It depends on, again, with content also, either you can like, you know, uh, say that, hey, I'm going to write this content or I'm going to create content that is going to work for you. Those are two different ways of positioning yourself as a content creator. So yeah, So I'm also opening up a content contest. Tomorrow you'll be getting an email about that also. So watch out for that. If you're interested in like working with me as a freelancer, I'm opening up a contest. So I'll be giving you details about it. So watch out for that email as well. I'll be sharing the link on WhatsApp group. So watch out for that for tomorrow's session as well. The retainer is the best. Tell them to pay every single month, and it's up to you. You can do advanced, half advanced, and like half later on. That also you can do. I'm not comfortable sharing proposals, which is why I just showed it to you guys. But I've shown you the template. This is most of the things that you need. These are all the things that will be part of the proposal itself. Okay, a lot of repeat questions. I think I've answered most of the questions. So yeah, I am gonna wrap it up. I'm super tired. I think this is a long session. I'm gonna wrap it up. So thank you very much for attending session number 10. Thank you very much for attending HIIT SEO. I think it was absolutely great, at least for me. I hope you guys also had a great time. I'll be giving you more information about all the other things that are pending in terms of the graduation session, the hosting, tomorrow's session, and the content contest and all of those kind of things. So thank you very, very much for being part of this batch number 5 of HIIT SEO. And, thanks for making it what it is today. Great. I hope I'll see you guys around. I hope I'll be like, you guys will be part of my future programs as well. Super. I'm really looking forward to it. So again, thank you very much for trusting us. Thank you very much for believing in us, and good luck with all of your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good night. Bye bye.